being the student. So for the last 2 Cobra videos, you guys, I was the student for a change, and it felt absolutely amazing. So as most of you know, I've never kept any Cobras, and I really didn't know anything about their genetics or their breeding, or even know how to recognize a wild-caught morph as something that was truly special. But even if we were not filming a YouTube video, I still would have gone there just for the opportunity to learn. Now, I'm not sure how many of you found that information in those videos to be useful in any way, but for me, living over here in this part of the world, I do come across Cobras. I sometimes get offered special Cobras, and now I'm able to apply that information just as I do with all of the other information that I've learned along the way, and I can apply it. So in essence, having a basic understanding of things and how they work, it just helps me make wiser decisions moving forward, because I am still in the reptile business and still coming across Cobras over time. So the YouTube comment section, as you guys know, can be brutal at times. The anonymity gives people the sense that they can just comment whatever they want and there are no repercussions whatsoever. So we were prepared for a lot of negative comments based on the free handling and just the fact that we were touching venomous snakes, but it just didn't happen. One person commented that they were disappointed that we held cameras and Cobras were striking towards them. They thought that that was done more for entertainment purposes, but we did get a kick-ass intro and it pulled a lot of viewers in, I'm sure. But other than that, everything seemed very positive. Viewers seemed that to enjoy the video mostly, and comments were good, so what can I say? So we started our YouTube channel over a decade ago, and back then there were only like 2 or 3 big reptile content creators, and it was almost all about ball pythons. I found it annoying that the animals that I was interested weren't getting any attention or exposure, so I stepped up to the plate and I signed myself up to be the voice for all of those oddball animals. So with that being said, I've always played the position on our YouTube channel as the educator through showing diversity by educating and providing facts and our masterclass videos and the how-tos. And so I'm always presenting material and content as the position of the educator. So this one was really fun for me because I was able to switch roles and be educated. I was the student, and it was just really refreshing. So the reason that I chose to film this video here on our land at the pond across the street is, for one, I wanted to show you guys how the water level has dropped quite a bit. We're sort of in the peak of the dry season. More water will be evaporating and that water level will get a little bit lower. But we have done something about 2 weeks ago to change all of that. I've spoken about it before in our previous videos over here, but on this corner of the pond, we had a truck come in, and these guys only do wells. And so they drilled a well, and you can see it over here. They went 22 meters deep into the ground, and that was when they hit the water. And then they continued on to 55 meters, and then that's when they called it quits. They were well into the water, the groundwater, and then they put this PVC pipe. So for right now, the system is not finished yet. They just covered it. We checked the water level inside the pipe. There's water at only 6 meters down. So that's probably almost equal to where the water level is of the pond, more or less. So we have an electrician. He's coming tomorrow. We paid for a pump, the different pipes and things. We have solar panels across at our house that we're not using. So we had these concrete poles made, and they got delivered today, and the pump's coming, the solar panels are coming. Obviously it's going to be a solar powered pump that's going to be pumping water out from deep into the ground, and it's going to be filling our pond. And we hope that we can bring that water level up at least like 2 or 3 meters above where it is now. And then we have these water containers here that we bought, and they just laid the concrete today. So those water containers are going to go on top of the concrete. Those are just going to remain full. Now, if we were to dump 4,000 liters of water into the pond, it probably would make about this much difference in the level of the pond. So those are just going to be for emergency, because we're going to have other smaller ponds. We have other animals that need to drink. And just in case there's some sort of issue with us getting water, we do have city water, but we're not sure if we can fully depend on it. So at least by having 4,000 liters of water stored in those containers, if there's some sort of water shortage, we can still provide water to our animals. But again, it's not going to do much for the pond because that's a big area and a lot of water. So that's pretty much what's going on here. We'll show the whole thing later after it's all completed. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys a pond that the water level is really high. And then attached to the solar, we're going to have like a water wheel or something to break the surface tension of the water to provide oxygen. But a lot of the fish that are going in here are like air gulpers, like arapaima and that sort of thing. So not really too worried about those fish, but other fish will need the oxygen. And we're really excited. I did release 4 albino pacu. They're about this big, and there's 4 of them. They school together, they feed aggressively. They're very, very happy in there. There are a bunch of tilapia, as I said before, in there. We used those fish to test the water to make sure that the water was good quality. They're thriving in there, but there was too many of them, and some of them were getting a little big. So myself, Apple, and our nephew, we came over here with fishing poles, I think 4 times now, and we caught the biggest of the tilapia that we had luck. It's still fishing, right? So we caught a total of 55 tilapia, and they got eaten. The whole family and neighbors, everybody got to eat fish. But that put a little bit of dent in the tilapia population. We don't mind the small ones in there. They'll be good food for the other predatory fish that we release. But the big ones, they just create a lot of waste, and yeah, it's an issue. Too many fish can be an issue. So anyway, that's what's going on, you guys. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the last 2 weeks worth of cobras. Again, had a lot of fun. That was a blast. Apple and I had a really good time. And that is it. Take care of yourselves, you guys. We will see you in the next one. Take care.